Crown Princess Leonor stuns in red, royal fashion and power look sparkles. She steps into the room. All eyes follow. The royal audience expects grace. The red gown hits like a statement. Not just any red. A color that commands, that speaks before words. Tonight, Princess Leonor isn't just a princess. She's power in motion. Her presence silences whispers, turns heads, and reshapes expectations. Because this isn't a dress. This is an announcement. Leonor has arrived, and she's defining what it means to carry the crown, even before the crown is hers. It starts with the gown. A rich, velvet red that hugs just right. The cut, modern yet regal, daring yet refined. The neckline soft, the silhouette strong. Every fold of fabric seems intentional, as if designed to tell the story of confidence, ambition, and poise. And the accessories, minimal but precise. A delicate bracelet, understated earrings. Nothing distracts. Everything amplifies. She is the headline, the focal point, the narrative. But fashion here is more than style. It's a message. Royal fashion has always been coded: power, alliances, status. Red isn't just red. It's authority, visibility, passion. And in this moment, Leonor uses it not just to dazzle, but to signal her role as a future monarch who knows how to command attention without demanding it. The room watches, and history whispers. Because when Leonor moves, she carries centuries of royal expectation, and yet, she moves as if she is carving her own path. This is the tension every royal faces: tradition versus identity, expectation versus intention. Leonor's red is more than a color. It's a declaration of independence within the constraints of royalty. Imagine the scene: chandeliers reflecting soft light on polished floors, murmurs rippling through the crowd, cameras poised for the perfect moment. And there she is, still, deliberate, magnetic. Every turn, every step, every glance is choreographed with the instinct of someone who understands power is as much about presence as protocol. The design itself tells stories. The fabric flows like a river of history, yet the structure speaks of the modern age. Designers who dress royalty don't just create clothes, they create narratives. They know which threads speak of heritage, which seams suggest authority, which textures project warmth and approachability. Leonor's red gown hits every note. It is authority without arrogance, tradition without rigidity. And then there's the moment when she speaks. Not loudly, not theatrically, but with the quiet confidence of someone who knows words are tools, not weapons. Her voice fills the room. The audience listens, captivated. A gown alone doesn't hold attention for long, charisma does. And Leonor's blend of regal decorum and human relatability makes every eye on her linger a second longer. Her hair, softly styled, frames her face like a perfect portrait. Subtle makeup emphasizes her features without overshadowing them. Everything here is calculated, but never cold. It's the delicate art of appearing effortless while radiating power. And there's more than just optics at play. The gown is accompanied by historical gestures: the way she moves her hands, the way she engages with the room, the slight inclination of her head when greeting dignitaries. Every gesture echoes lessons taught by centuries of monarchy. And yet, every gesture also feels distinctly her own. The color red also evokes a personal story, one of courage and emotional resonance. Royals often choose attire to honor moments, causes, or milestones. Could this red be a nod to a personal triumph? A tribute to a grandmother's legacy? A signal of a new era? The room wonders, and in that wonder, the story deepens. From the front row, cameras capture every detail: the sparkle in her earrings, the subtle shimmer in the fabric, the way the gown flows as she takes each step. But beyond the visual, the emotional impact is undeniable. A young princess, still in the early chapters of her public life, steps fully into the spotlight, and the air itself seems to shift. Fashion, after all, is storytelling without words. And Leonor knows the power of narrative. She understands that a single look can shape headlines, influence public sentiment, and even redefine what her generation expects from monarchy. Every detail, fabric, cut, hue, is a deliberate choice, a brushstroke in the living portrait of a modern queen in waiting. Consider the symbolism: red is authority, yet approachable. Bold, yet feminine. A nod to history, yet undeniably contemporary. These contradictions reflect the balancing act she must perform. Every royal appearance is both personal expression and public statement. And tonight, Leonor walks that line perfectly. The ensemble tells a layered story. There's sophistication in the simplicity, confidence in the posture, elegance in the restraint. She wears power like a second skin. But power tempered with humanity, a visual lesson in leadership through presence rather than proclamation. As the cameras click, the public watches online, captivated. Fashion critics dissect every element, noting the interplay of tradition and modernity. Yet beyond critique, there is admiration, because what Leonor demonstrates goes beyond clothing. It's a lesson in self-possession, in embracing visibility without sacrificing identity. Even her accessories create narrative depth. A subtle brooch or a hint of sparkle is never accidental. It's a story told in micro moments, inviting observers to look closer, to question, to interpret. Royals have always mastered this art, but Leonor elevates it with a freshness that feels generationally unique. The gown moves with her, whispering through space with a fluidity that contrasts the rigid expectations of royalty. Every step becomes cinematic, every gesture worthy of study. And the choice of red amplifies this effect. It commands attention, but it also communicates warmth, passion, and purpose. Consider the cultural weight of red in Spanish history. It's a color of energy, courage, and authority. It evokes legacy, yet Leonor wears it with an ease that suggests confidence in her own story. Her fashion choices here are not just aesthetic, they are performative acts of leadership, signals that she is ready for the responsibility she will inherit. The public sees a princess, but also a young woman shaping her own image, curating how history will remember her. Each decision, from gown to gaze, is an invitation. Witness not only the royalty she embodies but the person she is becoming. And as the evening unfolds, she interacts with guests, dignitaries, and family. Every smile is calculated yet genuine. Every handshake conveys command without dominance. Her presence is both magnetic and approachable, a rare duality in any leader, let alone a young royal. Her hair catches the light in motion, her posture commands the room, and the red gown ties it all together with narrative precision. It's not just fashion, it's diplomacy, storytelling, and legacy-making in a single visual statement. Fashion experts analyze every contour, noting how the dress balances heritage with the contemporary. Historians draw parallels with previous royal appearances, yet none quite capture the same vibrancy, the same energy, the same sense of agency. Leonor isn't merely wearing history, she's building it. The interplay of tradition and innovation continues throughout the evening. Protocol and personality blend seamlessly. She is conscious of cameras, aware of spectators, yet present in the moment. And the red gown serves as the anchor for all this attention, bold, unmissable, unforgettable. Beyond the gown, the evening reflects on her evolution as a public figure. Childhood photos resurface, contrasting youthful innocence with the poised, controlled grace she exhibits now. The trajectory is clear. She has been preparing for this moment all her life, and tonight, every detail validates that preparation. Each step, each gesture, each glance creates ripple effects in public perception. Commentators remark on the commanding aura, journalists highlight the choice of red as symbolic, while social media erupts with admiration. The princess isn't just attending an event, she's shaping a narrative about leadership, youth, and legacy. And the emotional impact, it's palpable. Observers feel the weight of history yet sense the freshness of her approach. She bridges generational gaps, appealing to tradition while resonating with modern audiences. In red, she is both timeless and of her time. By the time the evening concludes, the message is clear. Princess Leonor has communicated without words what she represents: authority, elegance, vision, and individuality. Every element of her look reinforces that story. The red gown, the posture, the gaze, the gestures, all coalesce into a single, unforgettable statement. It's fashion elevated into leadership, style transformed into symbolism, beauty intertwined with power. As guests depart and cameras cease, the echoes of the night linger. The world has witnessed more than a princess in red, it has witnessed the emergence of a modern royal icon. Leonor has stunned in red, but she has also shown the world what it means to wear influence, grace, and intention as naturally as a gown. And this is only the beginning. The red is a chapter, a symbol, a signal. For every public appearance from this moment onward, Leonor has set a standard: elegance paired with authority, visibility paired with intentionality, fashion paired with narrative. She has demonstrated that style is not mere aesthetics, it is a language of power. By the final applause, the room is captivated, the public inspired, and the cameras immortalize what words alone cannot capture. Princess Leonor has stepped fully into the narrative of leadership, and red is her herald. The night ends, but the impression remains: a young princess, commanding attention with a single color, redefining expectations, and leaving an indelible mark on royal fashion and power. And so, the red gown lives on, not just in memory, but in the story of a princess who understands that to wear power is to embrace it fully, intentionally, and with a vision for the future. Every glance at Princess Leonor in red reminds the world that monarchy, at its best, evolves gracefully, boldly, and unforgettable.